Imagine a world where the tiniest things make the biggest difference. A chip smaller than your fingernail runs your entire computer. A device the size of a pen can save a life in seconds. And a tiny lens can turn blurry vision into crystal clarity. Welcome to Mini Miracles, where small inventions have changed the world in ways you might never expect. Let's dive into the tiny tech that powers our lives. This is episode 12, and welcome to Everyday Inventions. Make sure to also watch our other videos to know more about circumstances that birth the things that make our lives easier today. Let us begin this episode with the story behind the invention of the microchips, the tiny titans that built our world. Texas, 1958. Jack Kilby stares at a sliver of silicon no bigger than a paperclip. On its surface, a pattern so small it seems impossible, the first microchip. Across the country, Robert Noyce races toward the same breakthrough. Neither knows it yet, but they're about to change the course of human history. What they created wasn't just a new gadget, it was the foundation of the digital age. A whole computer's worth of circuits shrunk to fit on your fingertip. The reason your phone has more power than 1960s NASA. The invisible brain behind everything from pacemakers to power grids. Before microchips, computers filled entire rooms. Calculators were mechanical. Smart just meant you remembered phone numbers. Now, these silent silicon wafers process 100 billion instructions per second in your laptop, remember everything in flash drives smaller than a coin, guide rockets while brewing your morning coffee. That simple smartphone in your pocket? It contains over 100 billion transistors, each one 10,000 times thinner than a human hair. So next time you stream a movie, use GPS, or ask a virtual assistant for the weather, remember, you're holding the culmination of 60 years of microscopic perfection, all tracing back to two men and their tiny slices of silicon. Fun fact, if cars improved at microchip speeds, a modern Lamborghini would cost $5, go 500,000 miles per hour, and run for 100 years on a thimble of fuel. Proof that the future isn't just built big, it's built very, very small. Still on the tiny invention of things that has made our world possible today, we shall proceed to examining the circumstance surrounding the invention of USB flash drives, the pocket-sized revolution. The late 1990s, a time of dial-up internet, clunky floppy disks, and the dreaded disk read error on burned CDs. Then, like a digital superhero, the USB flash drive swooped in to save us all. Born from the minds of engineers at IBM, Intel, and beyond, this unassuming stick was a game-changer. A whole library where floppies held just a few pages. Instant access without spinning disks or fragile tapes. Small enough to lose in your pocket, and we all have. Remember the magic of that first 8 megabytes drive? Today we casually carry terabytes, enough storage to hold every term paper you ever wrote, your entire music collection, a lifetime of photos on something smaller than a pack of gum. From students rushing to print assignments to doctors transferring life-saving scans, these pocket-sized vaults keep the world's data flowing. That satisfying snap when you plug one in. That's the sound of 20 years of obsolete tech crumbling away. So next time you rescue a coworker with a last-minute file transfer or recover precious memories from an old drive, take a second to marvel at this little plastic miracle, the unsung hero that made carrying knowledge as easy as carrying keys. Fun fact, the world's first USB drive held 8 megabytes and cost $50. Today, you can get 1 terabyte for less, holding 125,000 times more data at a fraction of the price. Proof that sometimes the biggest revolutions come in the smallest packages. Moving on from there, we proceed to the story of the hearing aids, restoring the world of sound. Close your eyes. Imagine never hearing laughter, never catching the whispered, "I love you" from a partner, never knowing the sound of rain on windows or birds at dawn. For centuries, this was reality for those with hearing loss, until technology began weaving sound back into lives. From the ear trumpets of the 1800s to today's microcomputers that fit on a fingertip, hearing aids have undergone a quiet revolution. AI-powered noise filtering that highlights voices in crowded rooms. Bluetooth connectivity streaming phone calls directly to ears. Rechargeable designs slimmer than a jelly bean. Modern devices don't just amplify sound. They recreate the human experience of listening. 1. A grandparent hearing their grandchild's first words. 2. A musician detecting subtle harmonies again. 3. A veteran catching the rustle of leaves after decades of silence. Yet their true magic isn't in the technology, but in the moments they restore. The inside jokes suddenly understood. The music suddenly felt. The relationships suddenly heard. So next time you see someone adjusting their hearing aid, know this. They're not wearing a device, they're wearing a bridge. A bridge back to conversation, back to connection, back to life's beautiful, noisy symphony. Fun fact. Today's most advanced hearing aids contain processors faster than the computer that guided Apollo 11 to the moon, all packed into something smaller than a grape. Proof that sometimes the smallest inventions make the loudest difference in human lives. Continuing on that trajectory, let us examine the invention of EpiPen, life-saving in seconds. Picture this. A child bites into a cookie at a birthday party, then suddenly can't breathe. A hiker steps on a wasp nest, and their throat begins to close. In moments like these, seconds count. And that's where the EpiPen steps in. Born from military research in the 1970s, this unassuming device packs a heroic punch. A spring-loaded needle that delivers epinephrine in one quick jab. A design so simple anyone can use it in panic mode. A 15-second miracle that reverses swelling, opens airways, and stops anaphylaxis cold. What makes it extraordinary isn't just the science, but the stories it's rewritten. The peanut allergy that didn't end a life. The bee sting that didn't stop the adventure. The restaurant mistake that didn't become a tragedy. For millions, carrying an EpiPen isn't optional. It's as essential as a phone or wallet. Teachers keep them in desks. Coaches stash them in first aid kits. Parents check pockets like a ritual. Yet its true genius lies in its democratic design. Bright orange for instant recognition. Voice instructions for crisis clarity. A safety cap that's childproof but panic-proof. So next time you see someone pat their bag absently, checking for that familiar rectangular bulge, know this. They're not carrying a medical device. They're carrying a second chance. Fun fact. The original EpiPen was inspired by military auto-injectors designed for nerve gas exposure, proving that battlefield tech sometimes saves lives at picnics. A reminder that the smallest inventions often hold the greatest power. The power to turn what if into never again. In the final discovery of this episode, we shall examine the story behind the invention of contact lenses. Clear vision, no glasses needed. Paris, 1887. A glassblower carefully crafts the world's first contact lens. A thick, fragile shell that covers the entire eye. Uncomfortable? Absolutely. Revolutionary? Without question. Fast forward to today, and these vision-correcting marvels have undergone a metamorphosis. From glass to hydrogel, thinner than a strand of silk. From visible to virtually undetectable, even at close range. From medical device to lifestyle accessory, with colors that transform eyes. But contacts aren't just about vanity, they're about liberation. 1. The swimmer who no longer fights foggy goggles. 2. The actor whose character can't wear spectacles. 3. The firefighter whose mask finally seals properly. Every morning, millions slide these liquid-thin discs onto their eyes and gain the freedom of peripheral vision, the confidence of an unaltered face, the miracle of seeing the world clearly, without the world knowing. Yet their true power lies in the unseen moments they enable. A first kiss without frames getting in the way. A child's proud smile after scoring their first goal. A bride's tearful walk down the aisle with perfect vision. So next time you see someone blink with crystal clear eyes, remember, they might be wearing one of humanity's most elegant solutions. A tiny disc that lets us meet the world on our own terms. Fun fact, modern contacts can correct astigmatism, block UV light, even deliver medication, all while feeling like nothing at all. Proof that sometimes the best designs aren't about adding something new, but about making the necessary disappear. Reflection. Small wonders, giant leaps. Think about the objects in your pocket right now. That USB drive smaller than your thumb? It holds entire libraries. Those contacts thinner than an eyelash? They bring the world into focus. That EpiPen no bigger than a marker? It stands between life and loss. We measure progress in skyscrapers and rockets, but the real revolution happens at fingertip scale. Microchips that put the sum of human knowledge in our palms. Hearing aids that rebuild bridges to loved ones. Contacts that let us see clearly while remaining unseen. These aren't just gadgets. They're silent guardians, like the smoke detector watching through the night. Everyday miracles, like the zipper that withstands 10,000 pulls. Quiet emancipators, like the insulin pump smaller than a deck of cards. The lesson? True innovation isn't about filling space. It's about conquering the space between isolation and connection, between sickness and health, between I can't and watch me. So next time you plug in a flash drive or adjust your glasses, pause. You're not just using a tool, you're touching a legacy. A legacy of inventors who looked at big problems and thought, what if the solution was small? The next world-changing miniature might be in your pocket right now, or better yet, in your imagination. After all, the future has always favored those who think big, but build small. If you enjoyed discovering these mini miracles, give this video a like and share it with someone who loves innovation. What tiny invention has made a big difference in your life? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of the inventions that shape our world, big and small. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.